The CBC's James Cudmore is in Ottawa with the details of what's going on. James, what are they doing in those back rooms to prepare for the debate?
Practice, practice, practice. It's the road to Carnegie Hall here, Carol. Everybody's trying to get this together, trying to figure out how to deliver the zingers and how to parry and judo out of any potential knockout blows that will be launched by their opponents. The idea here, this early in the campaign especially, is that the parties want to try and define their opponents, or have their opponents by default define themselves. They want to be able to see that guy you saw in the debates, this is who he is, and you don't like him, do you? That's the goal here, right? Everybody also wants to avoid having that happen to themselves. And so, practice. We know that some debate preparations have been going on for a good long time. The Tories are said to be quite keen on these debates. They want to get Justin Trudeau into the ring, if I can use that analogy, because they feel that they'll be able to make him look poorly, that he won't stand up compared to their own guy, Stephen Harper. The NDP want to get Crown Prosecutor Tom Mulcair back into the courtroom. He's the guy who showed up in the House of Commons during question period at the height of the Senate scandal and went after the Conservative government and Stephen Harper in particular. They think that guy will look good. Justin Trudeau is also said to have been preparing for months. Part of his biography is that he was a university debater and that he really enjoyed that kind of activity, which suggests that he ought to have some kind of prowess at the debate. But he's been working at this for months, we've been led to believe. Conservative spokesperson Corey Teneycke yesterday said he didn't think any of that would matter, and that then prompted a response from Liberal Ralph Goodale.
I think if he comes on stage with his pants on, he'll probably exceed expectations. But the lowering of those expectations is something that he's done for himself through his own statements and lack of policy and other things that he's put out over the last 2 years.
Well, Mr. Teneycke can engage in whatever silliness he prefers. Mr. Trudeau will stay riveted on the needs of Canadians, the best interests of Canadians, and how we pull this country together in common cause to build a better future for all of us. That has always been his focus. That will continue to be his focus.
Now, Carol, today the Liberal Party announced that there will be another preparation tomorrow for their guy, Justin Trudeau. He'll apparently go boxing in Toronto at a Midtown Toronto club called Paul Brown Box Fit. It bills itself as being Toronto's white-collar boxing gym.
Okay. This is the Maclean's debate, marking a difference in the way we are debating or handling political debates in this country. There will be more to come over the next 75 days before the election, but certainly there are disagreements over which ones the leaders will all take part in, James.
Yeah, so in elections gone by, it was a little bit easier. There was the Broadcast Consortium, which organized the broadcast debates, and the leaders agreed to a format and showed up to those. They'd be in French and in English. This year, the Conservative Party decided it wanted to go in a different route. It has not yet agreed to any proposal from the broadcasters. It did early on, though, agree to a proposal from Maclean's magazine and then another one from French-language broadcaster TVA. So that's the direction that it chose to go. Those two debates are certainties. We know that those ones are going to happen. Maclean's tomorrow, TVA October 2nd. There was a couple of other debates, though, that the Conservatives had agreed to. They proposed as many as 5. 4 have been kind of talked about here as being potential, including one hosted by the Globe and Mail and another hosted by Monk Debates. Now, those two organizations have been promoting their debates and suggesting that these are going to happen with all party leaders there, except for Elizabeth May and Gilles Duceppe. But this morning in Montreal, NDP leader Thomas Mulcair suggested that he wasn't going to do any more English debates unless there was another French debate coupled alongside it. So that's called into question at least one, if not both, of those debates to potentially hosted by the Globe and by Monk. Now, remember, yesterday the Globe and Mail was saying this debate is going to happen and the NDP leader Tom Mulcair is going to be there. I asked the NDP about this today, and they would not say certainly that their leader would be there. They say they've agreed in principle to these debates, but they haven't got a plan for how that's going to happen yet.